¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? Mi nombre es Jonathan Antonio Martínez Machine desde Tijuana, Baja California, México. Y este es el Tjridoo podcast. But this time is going to be in English. So, what's up? My name is Jonathan Antonio Martínez Machine. I'm from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. And this is the Didgeridoo podcast. In this occasion, from Lisbon, Portugal, Bacalao. Tiago Fransisquinho. Yeah. What's up, homie? How you doing? What are you doing? How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm good. And you, how are you?
I'm doing drinking some coffee
Yeah, me too.
with cookies. Ah, so good. These almond cookies, very very good. Oh wait. Wow. This is so awesome. We try to make this conversation like two or three times, but times it gets complicated sometimes because the how much hours of difference between our countries, like 8 hours. Sometimes it's very complicated to match the times, but here we are finally. It's so awesome. This first question is the classical question, the question that I make to every single person. How did you start? No, how did you heard the first time the didgeridoo, and how did you start to play in didgeridoo?
Oh, well. Um, yeah, I heard Didgeridoo the first time uh, in my city. Uh, I recall to listen to a person from my hometown called Tomar, my hometown. And I remember him playing the didgeridoo on the street, but I didn't um, I didn't pay so much attention to it. I was a bit away from the instrumental music, not so involved. I was a kid. I think I was like uh, 16 or 17 years old,
Wow.
and after I went to the university, and then I had a neighbor uh, in the building I was living, that he entered, like we share the same flat, so to say, and he entered like my part of the flat playing the didgeridoo a bit, some, and then he said that was some didgeridoos that he have made, and they were made out of plastic, and he had also some didgeridoos with him. Like he said, like, "Oh, come check out! I have more didgeridoos." We had like these Tekka didgeridoos, and yeah, and I could not make a sound, but he explained me how to do the sound in that day, and and then I asked him if I could keep it, and I, I already knew the sound also from some music that I've listened in my country from a band called Blasted Mechanism, and Winga Nuno
Mm.
was the didgeridoo player in that band, and so I don't know. That's how I started to understand what was it as an instrument.
And I have heard that the with this dude from Spain, um, Tomas, the didgeridoo community over there in Lisbon in Portugal. It's very 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 old, or it's just from 2000, I don't know, 10 and forward, or it is more bigger than that.
Um, well, the didgeridoo community in Portugal start to grow when they first did Fat Festival. So I think this was like a major jump for the didgeridoo community in Portugal. I was not involved in that time
Mm-hmm.
when they start organizing this tribal festival or some gathering of the didgeridoo and the tribal arts community in Portugal. But I know from other gatherings we had that one of the oldest players in Portugal was probably a person called Osga, and I don't know when he started to play, so I was not involved. I don't dig so much into this, but I mean, in the year that it started, I really don't know. I had to ask people, but I know it was around, I don't know, more than 20 years maybe,
A la
or 20 years.
paso mecha.
Yeah, it started to grow, and yeah, I I I I start to get involved with this didgeridoo community. Uh, I don't know, probably in 2007,
Mm.
I think, or 2006, because yeah, I went to a shop to buy a didgeridoo, and because I was like dating this didgeridoo in a shop,
Mm.
and it
El
was going
vato.
to be my first cheap didgeridoo, and so I didn't have money, and I was going to this shop every day to play this ditch because I was already practicing in other tubes and other. A friend that had lent me his didgeridoo to practice, and I decided that year that I was going to go forward with the didgeridoo and dedicate as a side thing, as a side art project to explore the ditch. And I
Ah,
was
su
going to
bicha
this
madre.
date with these didgeridoos there in this shop in the downtown of Lisbon,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and the guy, like, he really enjoyed my company. It was a Peruvian guy,
Mm-hmm.
and is the owner of the shop, and he told me about a person, Ruben, that was one of the first members of APD, the Portuguese Didgeridoo Association, and he told me about this, like the Portuguese Didgeridoo Association, and I should meet with Ruben Branco. That is the
Okay,
brother
okay,
of
okay.
Ricardo Branco and Guilherme Branco. They are three brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me about these brothers and that I should meet them to learn the ditch because they were really involved and really good. And one day I arrived this shop, already had the ditch, and then the guy offered me other ditch some months after because I was practicing so much. And he told me about the workshop of didgeridoo by Ruben, and Ricardo Branco would also be there in Seixal, was in the south part of the river of Lisbon. And I went there and I met these guys and I saw first time like Pita didgeridoos, and I was a bit like, wow, they're so huge, so big. How can I play this? I wish I could allow. I went to this workshop and everything of Ruben, and I paid really attention also to see other people playing. And then I went to the boat because I have to get a boat to go there, and I went to Lisbon again, and I was just dreaming about having like a huge didgeridoo or just like building one because I saw like was possible to build one. And then yeah, that's it. I started to get along involved. There was no Facebook or any of these, so there was like a group, a forum,
Mm-hmm.
where we talk. Everybody would post messages and chat,
Sí, sí, sí.
and there was this didgeridoo APD forum before the FAT was like developing so much and having a web page and a Facebook, or there's not developing but having like this
Mm-hmm.
information in other places. We used to communicate there, And that's how I got to know that in 2008 they were going to repeat an event that they did it before and was amazing. That was called Residência Didgeridoo.
Ah,
And yeah, that's a bit of my story. Like that's how it started. Then I went to I already like made some friends in the didgeridoo world, and there was like this didgeridoo, no, sorry, the Portuguese didgeridoo scene, and there was these encounters of didgeridoo also at Sundays in Lisbon, moved by one of the first players and builders and development of the and shared like a teacher also and sharing the didgeridoo. It was well, he was organizing these encounters, and these encounters I got to know like that they were going to do this residency didgeridoo.
sí.
Yeah, and I went there and to get involved, and I saw some videos on YouTube already, and I saw the guys that were in the last one in 2000 something 6 maybe or 7,
Chinga su
and
madre.
there was Liz and Michiel there, and I didn't know. I started to see the work of them, in around 2007, 2006. I started to see the work, and in 2008, like in the beginning of 2008, I went to this residency didgeridoo, and yeah, was there Rodrigo Viterbo, that was the guy that was organizing the didgeridoo gatherings in Lisbon, and was Ricardo Branco and Ruben Branco and Rodrigo Oliveira that I also met there,
Sí.
and also met many more didgeridoo players, and Tomás also I met there, Tomás, in that year 2008, and many more players that were there. It was amazing, the
Damn.
level and the quality in 2008 that I arrived there as a beginner, and I saw all of this, and I was like, whoa. What
Mm-hmm.
the hell, how you can move so forward with this instrument, how you can make proper music, like it's amazing. All these players, man, you don't imagine. You can like I can You can check photos of these. So many players, and many of them from Spain, of course. There's
Sí.
our neighbor country, and I recall a guy from Finland. Yeah, man, it was a guy called Israel. Was a really good player. Yeah, it's amazing ditch quality there. Many Portuguese players and also some builders, and I could play some eucalyptus didgeridoos. Many players, people had these. So the teachers in that year was Jonathan Coop, and
Oh, sí.
um,
That,
and there was also Mark Meat, and there was I don't remember the name of other player was there. Yeah, I have to check. It's
el,
actually
el Cope es de allá de Inglaterra. It's from the UK, right? El
yeah.
tocayo Jonathan Cope. It's a builder.
Yeah, so yeah, there was these all these teachers there, and there's plus the people that were organizing that were amazing players back in the time, and still are. I mean, involved with didgeridoo and playing and sharing and making the didgeridoo Portuguese scene go forward. Uh, yeah, I still didn't see like who was the teacher, but I think it was Rob Metz. I'm not sure. Like I don't remember so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was Rob Metz from New Zealand. Yeah, was it? Um. So yeah, it was I think I'm pretty sure it was Rob Metz, and was Mark Meat
Oh, ese güey,
and
Mark Mead.
Romance and Jonathan Coop. So yeah, in this residency, you have to choose what teacher. Like they do a concert in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
and for me it was all new. Like wow, what amazing level and of didgeridoo. I was like a spectator. I could not dare to talk. Even I was just like petrified listening to all these players. Man, it
Sí,
was
no mames.
messing so much with me and
Fuck.
all my musical ego until the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, And so the thing is, you listen all these three teachers, and you would want to choose one, and you dedicate these days of residencia that were like 3 4 days. You dedicated to learn with this teacher, and so I don't know if you know these players, Jonathan. You know?
See, most of them, yes, like Mark Matha. That's the pronunciation. Mark Matha is the German dude who has a cast in the key of A. Sound design didgeridoo. See, un cast. And read and saw lots of Brancos, but didn't know that it was. I thought it was the same person. I was like, dude, this fucker is crazy because why he's changing his name, Ruben, Leslie, a lot. But it results that it's three brothers, three Brancos, and I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is fucking crazy? He's changing his name each time, but it's so mind blown. It's so fucking awesome. And it's like whoa for me because
So yeah, what
huh?
teacher would you choose of these
Mark
three
Mather,
ones? So
Mark Mather.
you listened to Jonathan Coop, you listened to Hob Mans. I don't know if you know his music. I kind of remember also his work, of course, because
Uh huh.
I heard it there. And you also have Mark Mich. And so, what teacher of these three would you choose?
Mark
Then I
Math.
tell you what I choose.
Mark Math. The German dude.
Yes,
The German
I
dude.
choose Mark Mich. I learned with him, and it was like the person that opened my mind to the playing in the moment I was really in need of learning. He was a very careful teacher and a very good musician and person. And I learned with him my, so to say, my basic jams.
Mm,
And it really opened my mind to learn more, to want to learn and to use um, to use everybody to learn, to absorb from everybody, to be
yep.
present and to be humble, because he is like that. And is a person that I respect a lot, his work.
Me.
And
Mm-hmm.
he's an inspiring person in the didgeridoo for many, many, many players. And he's a very important symbol of the German didgeridoo,
Maybe
contemporary didgeridoo scene.
maybe this kind of people. I mean, like very old people like him. Like he is like almost 50, I think. The social media doesn't. They don't have a good. You know what I'm trying to say. No tienen buena relación social media with the person. I have tried to reach him, but he is like very like no, yeah, mm-mm, meh." Is like that. But I think is that like it's like that kind of person that doesn't like too much the social things. I mean the computers. But I was imagining that person like that. Like had you saying because I have seen some of his music in didgeridoo, and it's so awesome. I like very much a video of him that is making a loops. He play like this little piano that you blow. I don't remember the name of that instrument and a lot of more things. So awesome. This dude. One thing that this is very I'm very curious about because I know that you are a musician and you play more instruments and you study music at university degrees, something like that, right?
Yeah, I didn't study in university, but I studied well by my own,
Uh
and
huh.
I studied in a jazz school. So it's not a university. Yeah,
But
it's just a contemporary jazz school.
you are a formed musician. How was that? You said before that it was your ego, like musician ego, then to the didgeridoo because at that time it was like the drone versus the whole range of any instrument of jazz like saxophone, trombone, trumpet, against to the. How was that? How did you say, "Wow, this instrument is so cool"? Gonna choose the didgeridoo.
Yeah, that's it. Like I choose the didgeridoo because was able to play it, like develop my playability in it fast. Like when I found the didgeridoo by this colleague that I told you before,
Mm-hmm.
like I was already like starting to play guitar and learning conga percussion
Sí.
and yeah, so the didgeridoo came in a moment that I was really like enthusiastic with
Mm.
the
Well,
music and concerts
sí,
and
sí.
seeing people playing and I started to get a lot in this time to be involved with a lot of people and friends that were musicians already or they were playing guitar so just for fun
Mm-hmm.
and and then yeah man I started to play just for fun because that made me feel good, you know, not for the money, not for anything, but actually I was in university back in the days and in 2006 to 2008 and it was not going so good for me what I was studying, so I kind of like decided to move forward and change and I went to other university I also didn't enjoy and I understand that uh, I needed much more. So I got to go work and I started to get involved with music much more
Mm-hmm.
and without knowing anything, just like, you know, listening. And so I started to studying. I decided I'm going to study sound
Mm.
and musical production came after it. But I started to study sound. That is like the basics of anything
Sí.
related to music. So before music, there is sound, you know,
Sí.
and that had a lot of musical theory, of course,
Uh-huh.
and physics uh, and and synths and microphones and cables and all this um, work involved with sound, like building systems, tuning systems, making live bands, making studio projects, developing projects, equalizing, mixing, mastering, you know, all of this.
Todo ese
And I was
desmadre.
there 1 year, then I studied the second year in this school.
Mm-hmm.
And after this, I started like working and making. I had some temporary job while finishing the school and with sound and always involved with this and with bands and these years I was studying in this school I already had met a guy that actually changed also my life in terms of playing music and playing as a band also.
Mm.
That was Cabeção. I actually met
Mm.
Cabeção
Oh, yeah, the
and
handpan player, yeah.
in a trance festival. We were there
Mm-hmm.
in trance festival, and I was going out of the tent of the trance festival, the rave, and I step on. There was a circus tent. I step on the thing that holds the tent to the ground. You know, this massive. I step on it, and
Simón.
I immediately start. You know, going to fall to the floor and I hit a person and this person was like, "Hey man, look where you're going, man. You're all fucked up." And I said, "No man, I just stepped on some shit. I'm okay. I'm actually doing fine." And it was Kepe Sound, this guy. And then he said like, "Oh, what you do and what you like to do?" He asked me something like this, and I said like, "Well, I like to play didgeridoo." And Cabeção said like, "Man, I also play the didgeridoo. I also like to play the didgeridoo. We should play blah blah blah." And we start talking. The whole festival we get pretty much along, and we talk a lot, and we share vibes, and after this we met again and again, and we start like in this day we decided we wanted to do a band in
A
this
huevo.
festival. And Cabezon is actually like coming back to the drums again, and we start playing like drums and ditch, and there is some videos of this. We start playing just for the fun of it, and it actually really developed my like was the beginning of my music career, so to say, because um yeah, I was there with this guy that we passed much time playing together. We had some projects,
Mm-hmm.
and right now we're still playing, and each one is doing his own uh, way, so to say. We are friends, and yeah, and that was like the thing for me. After playing so many hours with these bands and studying sound, then I start to develop my solo didgeridoo and thinking like this, like, oh, I want to play solo. I love this instrument so much.
How do you from playing with bands, or is just all natural? Because most of the people think that if you play a didgeridoo, you will be a busker. I don't know why. It's automatically you play didgeridoo, you're gonna busk. How was for you busking? How do you started to have your jobs, you anything, and then you decide I'm gonna go to busk? Damn. How was?
No, I actually had pretty tough times as a person living in Lisbon. Like, I live on my own. I didn't have very good jobs, and Portuguese is always difficult to maintain a career as an artist or as a teacher, or
Mm-hmm.
it's really difficult. So, struggling with money all the time and paying my bills, I had to divide myself between doing some precarious jobs and also starting to play in the street, told by friends that I should do so, and also inspired by other musicians that I saw doing the same, as Hortal Peleg and other artists that I can, like. I say Hortal right now because there was a thing for me also in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then, yeah, man, I start doing it. I start to enjoying it. I don't know what I was playing back in the days, but um, yeah, mm, it really developed like after some years, because I got to play with the projects that really like wanted to do the street like as a job. Before it was just for the fun, and also for the money sometimes, and solo was more difficult. But yeah, nowadays, yeah, I have a different project in the street. So it's also a solo project,
See.
but I have to say that is a project that actually is more sustainable than I was before. Just like sitting on the floor and playing the ditch with no microphone, nothing, and no musicality or skills to maintain a proper tune and to get people involved, and myself and
Mm-hmm.
whatever person is playing music with me.
See.
um yeah, so yeah, the last years I played like a lot in the street. Like this year, I'm actually playing way less because I don't live in a
Uh huh.
big city. I live in the countryside now, so I'm waiting for the summer days to tour again, and and maybe enjoy the street vibes again a
Yes,
bit.
so it's so awesome. I way love more playing the streets and more in the beach than in a private party or something like that. I prefer to play in the streets, but sometimes it's better playing the private parties because you can play like 1 hour, 2 hours, and will make the same payment, no? But this is another thing that it was so mind blowing when I saw you. And how was the experience to be in national TV? Portugal have talent. How was that experience? How was that you were like? I saw the got talent, and then I saw Didgeridoo, and then I said your face. Wow, trae pinche Francisquinho, no seas mamón, el Tiago la how was how was your experience over there in Portugal Got
Mm,
Talent?
yeah, man, it was a double side sword,
Say.
as yeah, you cut and you can also cut yourself. And yeah, actually, like, like to break the ice. I was invited to go, so it was not like I didn't apply to go, you know. So
I'm here.
yeah,
I'm here.
it was pretty intense actually, because there was a TV these TV shows, they you have to wait a lot of time before it's your turn to play, so you kind of like, in my case was around 12 13 hours. I don't know,
Chingaza
I
tu
really
madre.
waited a lot of hours. I was the whole day there since the morning to be one of the last ones to perform
Su pinche madre.
for the TV thing. This was like the thing, like internally, what happened. And then l- I mean, being able to appear in the national TV is fun, is funny, and but it's actually like pretty serious, because people start to like talk to you in the street and saying, "Oh, he's the guy from the TV. Can I take a picture?" Or just the little kids coming to you while you're playing it and standing at your side, like, "I know you, I know you. Your name is Tiago."
Tiago.
So see, and but I mean, if it was okay to at least to open people's mind to other instruments or to other types of music that has been done in Europe, in the world. And we are not even talking about like the aboriginal community, or the traditional aboriginal didgeridoo. I'm just like talking about music and what I do, and not like connecting it to the true
Mhm.
site where it comes from. But this is actually like something that people need to pay attention to. And by playing these old instruments, we are able to open people minds, and to make them notice that there is much more than what they know,
Sí.
what
Sí, a
they
huevo.
think is enough, or what they got to know until now. And after it, I see like the people is all happy and dancing in the video, and I feel like, yes, it's amazing. Because I was actually nervous, because yeah, I don't know. It's like when you go to the street and you don't know if people gonna like it or not. You have to step up and pass this point. That blocks you.
Mhm.
After many years, you pass this. So the TV was like a first for me. So I didn't pass this step of, still being comfortable there. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, having in mind that there's a lot of people watching you, uh, can say millions of people watching the TV show is like, oh, wait, no mames, a la bestia. But
Yes.
in the streets, yes, it's like that feeling of nervous, that feeling of, oh, chingada madre. But then you start to play, and then the people see you. If they don't like, they just pass away, and you keep playing just like that. But in
Yeah,
TV,
exactly.
it's ay way no mames a la bestia.
But yeah, but TV, and especially in this competition thing, that is a
Uh-huh.
thing. Like, uh, yeah, I see myself in these competitions. Like, I'm not competing like now so much, and I don't bring this competition feeling to the thing. I bring like the moment. I know people make it a competition, because it seems like all of this has no sense if people are not, competing to win something.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Im- it seems like, it's like ditch to ditch. But different, because ditch to ditch people are competing, but I know if they are not competing, they would love to meet, you
Yep.
know, anyway, and be there and play didgeridoo, and yeah, and learn with each other. But these TV shows, they have to win for, it's like saving you from sleeping in the street.
Ah,
Yeah,
see,
you have
oh
an
yeah.
opportunity. Come
Simon.
here.
Uh-huh.
I'll take you from the street if you win.
This fucking
But
feeling it's so stupid and I always making me angry that shit. Yeah, I understand. Like
yeah,
the people
yes,
that kind of people it's all it's they think that they are helping us. Like if I was asking, oh please give me opportunity. Fuck you, I don't need that shit. But you are inviting me, I will go. But it's not like, oh, you are helping me. Oh, thank you very much. Ah, chinguen a su madre, culeros, hijos de chingada. Pendejos.
yes.
It's so,
Yeah.
so
So
awkward.
yeah, that's what I noticed.
Yes.
They use your love as an excuse. You know, they know you love that. You're the only one doing that, and you will be glad to be there. And they are right, man. We want opportunities, you know, but we don't want to be explored. And it's a bit like always playing with your feelings because you to go to these programs you don't get paid unless you win something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
yeah,
make your feelings.
visibility.
They make your feelings. They bring your feelings to the capitalism and start to sell because they make money. If you win or you don't win, they make money. You make in our time in the TV, and they are selling to the brands. I don't know, Coca Cola, KFC, or whatever they are selling, or they are having money from those brands to put on the commercials, and they are making money. They are not paying for, and unless you win, and that will be like a lot of times. It's fuck because over here I think it's the same kind of work with the TVs. No matter the country, it's the same thing. Over here there are lots. It's not America Got Talent or Mexicans Got Talent. Over here is Mexico Canta, La Voz, La Academia, and all those kind of fucking programs that I don't like. But it was so amazing watching you on Portugal has talent. Now, that also wanted to say that how was and how is to be in a ditch to ditch because you are the first one that I interview that participated and not only participated, won ditch to ditch. I was my name. I remember you sent me the picture. It was my fusión de vientos over there. How was that ditch to ditch competition?
Yeah. Um, I'll try to remember now because there was is actually 2016,
Hey.
and and um yeah, was really funny. Like I went there because of João, kind of to say João Jardim, because he arrived my place and he said like, hey, you have to do a video to go to ditch. Come on, it's the last days. You have to do it, and we
Ándale,
did it
perro.
like there in a moment, you know. And yeah, he said like, ah, it's fine. You send this, it's fine. They're gonna like it. And yeah, the video is online. Back in the days, I recorded that video.
Mhm.
Um, and then I went and I got to know all these people, all these didgeridoo players there, and I heard of some before because João already had been to the competition the year before, and he had made the second place, if I recall.
I saw
And
those videos and it was a stolen victory. It was a stolen victory to Joao. I saw the videos and I was, what the fuck? He won! Why? Why?
yes, he deserved. Everybody was very sad because of him not achieving first place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we won it, the first place for João, of course.
A huevo.
So yeah, because of João, I went and I met these people. I met Zalem for the first time actually.
Oh, 2016.
Um,
Okay.
no, sorry. I didn't met Zalem for the first time. I met sorry, no,
Uh
it's
huh.
not true.
Okay.
because I met Zalem before in Portugal. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
in his workshop when he came to give a workshop in Portugal, I went there with João. But going back to Ditch to Ditch,
Uh-huh.
yeah, was a way to see Zalem again. I recall it really good,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, was also Agustina there and other Mo and all these friends from the French community of Didgeridoo, and yeah, and after that I made a lot of friends, man. I'm still involved with them. I visit them. Also, I have the lucky to play in Rebdala Region some years already, and getting to see these people again and again for me is awesome, man. I love this the French didgeridoo community is really warm, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and full of amazing didgeridoo players and other musicians, of course, also.
That's so beautiful. That's so awesome because I imagine to be the only didgeridoo player in a city of 3 million people, and you don't have no one. Just the border of just a few meters from here is less than a kilometer in the north. You have the border, and then 45 minutes, and there is another didgeridoo player, but in the U.S. And then you go to the south, it's like 1,000 kilometers, and there is another didgeridoo player. And I'm 10 years playing didgeridoo, and I'm still the only fucker here playing didgeridoo. Imagine all these stories, and to being like me, like the only didgeridoo player in Tijuana. You don't have contact with no one, just me in the internet, and this is the only occasion that I have to have a conversation with someone with didgeridoo, liking like me, and it's so fucking awesome that you have this Portuguese association, and then the Spain dudes, and then the French, the Germans, the Italians. You never played in indigenous? You have never played
This
over
year,
there? Oh, you're gonna
I
play
played
this
this
year?
year.
Ah, chingon. I heard. Oh, I made an interview with Sanchi. Sanchi's gonna play this year also over there. He's gonna be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
he.
amazing.
Is
I
not
wish I go back again. I really enjoyed it there. It was
is
really
is
nice.
not
And
is not
and
spoiler because he said it in the interview. He's gonna be there in
okay,
indigenous this year, this to
who
2023.
knows? I am also. I don't know.
It's going.
But
Mm-hmm.
still, like you can see there is a bit of the concert online of my concert. Actually, it was intense concert because the atmosphere and the place was amazing, and
Mm.
the friends and people and the didgeridoo players are amazing. Well, amazing, of course. And the thing is, I was with a huge tooth pain, you know, super huge, taking a lot of pills to because I had
Chinga
this
su madre.
huge problem in the teeth, a huge infection. So I
Ah, no
actually played the whole
mames,
concert with a huge insupportable pain,
su puta
and
madre.
I wish I could go back with no pain and fucking enjoy the
Madre.
festival in a different mood. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I gave the workshop there. I actually made two workshops, two and a half, I think, because well, my first workshop there was introduction to Conical
Mm-hmm.
and applied to didgeridoo. It was a more rhythmic and talk and synced workshop. Yeah, and the second workshop was advanced didgeridoo playing, a bit involved in the style I'm playing and the way I compose, and uh, there was a very good attendance to the workshop. I was really happy and satisfied.
You're still in
And
2022, right? Your body, your mind, you are still in 2022 because we are in 2023. So this year you are not going to play, right? Because
this year.
you said I played in Indigenous this year, but no.
I know now as like 2022.
In the
Yeah, it's
22,
true.
yeah.
I still
Your
still
mind
live
and
in the past.
your body, your soul is in 2022.
Yeah, I mean
But it
it's the end
was
of January, and
so
I'm still in
in
when
July.
was it? August. I was
August.
in August. I think. It
Cybolumbai
was
was over
amazing.
there.
I went first time to the America to
Oh
Oregon.
yeah, indigenous. The indigenous. Yes, they're gonna change the name because the millennials.
Yeah, I heard that they actually they talked about it and they had a
Eh,
meeting there. I'm not involved with that, so
sí, sí, sí,
I
sí.
just I don't know. But yeah, you know.
Dejemos a los gringos con sus pedos. Los- I'm gonna say in
And
Spanish. Los gringos y sus
yeah,
mamadas.
and that's it.
Yeah, it's how was your experience over there, Indigenous? Because Indigenous is also a didgeridoo festival. Very, very awesome. Very, very awesome. I want to go over there, but my situation with the U.S. is not so good. So the only way is that they hire me and they manage all the bureaucracy to get my work visa to play over there. It's the only way for me to go over there. How was your experience? It's how was how was tell us.
Yeah. I mean, was like I was explaining before, like it was the first time I went to America, so it's
Mhm.
actually like a whole thing. And I was involved with a lot of pain, and I was not like the best of me there. But yeah, like I said, I wish I could had better times because I was really like sick, and the festival was full of good moments and amazing didgeridoo builders also. It was it's amazing also to meet some guys I heard about his work their work before and as William McGavin because
Ah,
after it like I like for example William Thorne was there and
pinche puto ese.
but we already it was nice to see him again. We are big friends, of course.
Chingue su
I was
madre, pinche
super
puto.
happy to see him again, and but it was nice to meet also William McGavin because then I invite him to come over or kind of like ask him like to pass around if he was because he said he was coming to Portugal. So
Mhm.
after some weeks, he was here with me
Ah,
in
qué
Sintra
chingón.
where I live in Portugal. It's really nice to have him around. Also, was another friend I did. There are many more. You know, all these people from indigenous. They are really good fellas, and yeah. I was really happy there, jamming all the time. People, also this thing that I'm an artist from Europe, you know,
Mhm.
and some people heard of me and my work, and they were really curious so it was actually really uh, felt really warm, you know, to be super welcome by everyone curious about my life and my dance.
Yes, it's
And time to time when I
so
was able
awesome.
to talk with no tooth pain, I would
Oh, no
talk.
mames, con puto dolor de a la bestia, no mames. One thing that
Yeah.
it happened for the multi-drone didgeridoo players. I was I I don't have so much time playing like you, but what I see that you were playing didgeridoo for a lot of time and then multi-drone. How was the transition? For me, was like I see very quick. 3 years playing like this, like, and then come Will and say, "Hey, Hood, let's play straight, motherfucker, and play with this position and play straight and do this and do that." And it was very hard to me, like 4 or 5 months to get it. How was for you the multi-drone playing?
um yeah, I got to know of the multi drone because of William. when he was in Portugal, and yeah, and that's how I got to know of the multi drone. So I didn't transit like was difficult at the beginning because I was too accustomed to play where I was playing so far and the way I was playing. But I'm really open to this, like I got. I always got excited about something new on the ditch that I can try, and if I like it, I repeat it.
Mm.
And so for the multi drone, I repeated while I had the chance to, and then that mean when William was with me, and then I tried to practice it, but not so much because I didn't have a multi-drone
Mm-hmm.
didgeridoo, and I didn't build one or was like care about it. I had so much to learn still in musical way in music theory and anything. So I was like concerned about this most of the time because yeah, I had so much to still like to conjure and play and practice. So after some time, I met William again and with João and other friends. We was always like trying to develop a bit the multi-drone, but not having a multi-drone ditch.
Mm-hmm.
After some time, like William was with me again. I actually had a didgeridoo I brought from France from the was the price of the didgeridoo the ditch battles ditch to ditch, and we changed the mouthpiece to be able to play a multi-drone on it. So then I continue practicing and I practice much more until I achieve something that was not perfect yet. And then after some time, I bought a multi-drone ditch that he did in me and still have it to run. And I play it. Some friends play it also when they come here. And that's the instrument that helped me more to develop a bit of multi-drone and use it actually and record some stuff with it. But still, I'm not a multi-drone player. I do use it for much things,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's not like something I do
So
so much, so
often,
much.
yeah.
Depends on the ditch because not all my ditches are multi-drawn, and actually the one that was my first multi-drawn ditch is now a normal ditch again. I changed the mouthpiece again because
Mm.
it has better sound like that, and it's a long D, so I like it. But what I do more is I play low ditches, and uh, if you know like my music and my work,
Sí, sí, sí.
and I like to play low ditches really fast, in and this I think is something like I practiced more,
Mm.
to be able to sustain the bass didgeridoo in a fast format of music, or so to say organic trance or organic uh, dance music, so to say. But I like these long didgeridoos to play along in bands because they really give the bass to the song. But they are difficult to play and they require a lot of practice and many hours to be able to have this speed and consistent with the metronome,
Mm-hmm.
especially playing with the drums.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and that's what I actually like to play more. But I do enjoy multi-drone a lot, and I think it's amazing.
Two last.
And I love
Uh-huh.
the way you play, actually.
Two last questions, yeah, because I don't want to take you lots of your time, but these two questions are I'm very curious also. Who made who made that composition with three didgeridoos, and what are the keys? Are different keys the same keys? Who made that composition is so fucking awesome. That video, the three didgeridoo players, Joao, Tu, and the other dude, I don't remember his name, but it was, and it
Renato.
was so fucking awesome video, so fucking awesome track. Chingona, chingonería. How
Yeah,
was
there's actually in the
how
time.
the idea, how you know what I'm trying to say, how the idea came and you made it happen? How was that here?
Yeah, this idea it came to me, like I I'm this type of person, you know. I at least is how my friends also see me, and they tell me a lot that uh, they have difficulties to do shit because sometimes they are afraid of doing shit,
Sí, sí,
and
sí.
I just do shit all over, you know. I just think of something and I try to do
A
it, you know.
huevo,
I
sí.
if even if it's not perfect,
Ujú,
because everybody knows that we get old now. We young, we get old, and the years pass, and one day we look back when we did so many shit, you know. And if we stop, we just have a you know, an idea for something, we don't do it, then we lost the opportunity, you
ujú,
know, to discover more about ourselves and what we are able to do, even if it's full of mistakes, you know, because this is who you really are, is all these mistakes. That's why we are all beautiful, full of mistakes.
a huevo.
And this composition was a bit like that, was like giving opportunity to share music with my friends, that we never did this in such a way that we have to care about what we are playing, otherwise it will not sound okay. And inspired by all this duet and more people exploring like more than one color of didgeridoo together, I did that composition in Ableton Live recording my didge, and different notes. And then I sent to João and to Renato, and I said, like, look, guys, I had this idea. What do you think we kind of like try to rehearse this a bit better, mm, and establish better the transitions and the parts? And I mean, I record it with my equipment, you know, and
Ujú,
my cameras, and I edit all the video and the sound. And so actually the whole thing I done. The composition, of course, all the arrangements were done in Trio there, where we next to the airport where we record that. But the sound, I did it back in the days, and I recorded, and I actually also edited. We did the video together, you know,
ujú.
holding the camera, and had a friend also helping.
Sí.
But then I built the video actually with the sound, and nowadays I would do different, but back in the days that was the result. And it's funny that now you mention it. It's called the Flying Digits.
The flying digits. Okay, okay, okay. So, okay. What were the
And
keys?
you asked the notes was a I was playing an E flat,
Mm,
uh, and there was a an bass didgeridoo, so I think was probably an A.
mm,
And there was João was also playing in the same key as me.
mm. Okay, okay. I also
Okay.
had this kind of dream to make, but I want to make the chord of C with didgeridoos. A low G, a normal, a normal C, in a normal E, but a low G. Tra 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 tra, and then the three at the same time. Boom, the chord of C major. Boom, ta 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 ta. Boom. And then I saw your
Mhm.
video. I said, "Whoa, so awesome, so fucking cool."
Yeah, we did some chords with the trumpets,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, it really changed the mood of the song.
yeah, yeah, so
Yeah, but
fucking.
right now, I mean, I don't even think, you know, I'm inspiration for somebody. You know, it's not something we think about. You
Sí,
know,
claro.
really. And I know this is something notorious. I don't think this. I just like I I'm always happy when somebody is showing something new, and and sharing something new, or you know, just creating something new. And for me that was something new, and I'm really like happy what we achieved there, because my idea at before I made the song with my friends was not totally that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
After we get the three together, you got that form, you know? And that's something you can just do if you start doing it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Before my idea was imperfect, uh, and after it's still imperfect, you know, but was much more uh, it's more, you know, happy and well built and structured, and it had interesting parts. And it was actually done pretty fast. We didn't take it was like a day, you know. One day I recorded home, and one day we practiced the full day, man, and we practiced over and over again until
Santo
we got
madre.
it right, you know.
Super. Che
Many
madre,
hours. We were
sí.
there like trying all these parts again and again and again and again until it was cool, you know?
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Not easy, not easy. The last question, the last
Yeah.
question. This is the only opportunity that I have to talk of this kind of things, because I I don't have too much time doing this specific performance, but I'm starting to like and like and like more and more and more the didgeridoo, obviously, and electronic music and DJ. How do you become DJ and make the didgeridoo part of your set? That's was so amazing. Also, when I saw your performance, it was a live video, or you may you post some reels. I don't remember right, but you were like you used your tractors in the didgeridoo slide. Was so cool. The vibes and shit. How do you when you started to DJ? I didn't know that you were like DJ.
Yeah, man. Uh, yeah, actually, I started my first DJ set was when I was 14 years
A
old.
la bestia, no
Yes.
Vinyl
I
or digital?
yeah, I know, it was just was like CDs, of course,
Okay,
and
okay.
yeah, but I already had like a mixer for cassette
Mm,
and CD. For yeah, I already had that, and I worked that in my room. I was that was my, you know, my thing. I would make tapes and work with tapes, and then also I started playing making electronic music when I was young, you
a
know.
huevo.
And yeah, I started using the computer just for that. And but then uh, I got a lot in love with reggae, so then I started doing also you know, select reggae things.
I
And
remember Tiago
I
with dreads.
actually in my city I did the first reggae party, like DJing. And yeah, so man, but time evolved, and my involvement with music grew with my interest. And I mean, I know so much things. I like so much music, and for many years I was doing world music DJ projects,
Mm,
and I play many places. You know, I never show them
sí.
on internet, but I do this a lot. So I actually people know Tiago from the didgeridoo, but you know, I do other things, and
Mm-hmm.
most of them they are related to music. So I teach, and I I also DJ set. I produce music, and I started doing these down tempo and techno DJ sets because I like it. You know, first more privately
Mm-hmm.
and not sharing it, but nowadays I'm sharing it more.
Sí.
And I use live set, and I also pass tunes. Depends on the, you know, on the purpose. But if it's a live set, normally I use Ableton Live and more instruments and tractor all connected, you know. And yeah, big mixer. And yeah, I like this. You know, I change the notes of the ditch depending what I practice and rehearse. But yeah, I played a lot as a DJ.
On
So
DJ, on your DJ set, what is your setup? Your setup DJ, just the DJ set.
DJ set is or the tractor controllers, and
C1, X1,
uh,
which one?
yeah, X1 with Z1, and also any analog things,
Okay.
controllers or scenes. I also bring scenes. Depends.
That's
Hmm.
very. It's like I'm very curious about those controllers because there is no jog wheel. How do you the pitch bend or something like that? Because there are no jog wheels on that. How do you manage that?
To change the note
No, no, no.
or what?
In the track, would you play the track? You want to beat match if you are doing a DJ set. We beat match the tracks. Those
Yeah, you can.
they don't
Yeah, you can
have.
either do it you can have automatic, depends on what you practice, your
Ah,
years. You
okay,
can
okay.
have automatic, or you
Mm-hmm.
can just do it manually, or can you just stop a track. It depends on the trick you used, to the moment or
Because
what you need to. But I think this is more progressive thing,
see.
and it has to be really like the dynamic has to be very, very clear and very connected, you know. So yeah, so that is a lot of practice also,
Mm.
individually, like with the shit.
You you're you are ha-
Practice home.
you are happy with that DJ gear, or you have like, I want to have this one, but
Yeah, I
still.
don't. I'm this person. I'm always happy with what I have,
Mm.
And I don't want to have better anything for now, like I don't I need to still do with what I have,
Mm.
when I buy some stuff that I need to work. I normally investigate and a lot, and I scout what I really need, and if it is really what I need, and I observe other people and see what gear they have. So when I buy the right thing, and I don't lose time, or I don't get so much disappointed, you know.
Because.
So I actually take really good care of my equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to buy it the cheaper possible, but the best
No,
quality.
like I was talking with Will that he buy the big machine, the XDJ, la
Yeah,
SX3
yeah. So
Dex,
he said in
that big
indigenous, yeah.
one. I was like, yes, that's so fucking awesome, but it's too much for me. I don't need too much shit. I just want the Denon Prime Go, and that will be like enough. The battery
Yeah, that is
powered.
really portable.
That is,
I
huh?
yeah, I have them in the room, but they are not like somewhere I can get them.
Denon Prime Go is a battery powered. It has his own screen, just a SD card, and you are good to go. No need nothing
Mm,
else. Enough.
yeah, this one you just plug it to USB,
Mm-hmm.
and you have power from the computer. But of course, the computer also runs out of power.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But yeah, it has a board. It's not like the most amazing board, but it has a reasonable, so to say, medium quality. Right now, actually, I'm using like other board to make sound and to talk here right now. But
Mm-hmm.
this one of tractor just have an RCA, so it's
Yeah.
not so good, and you don't have any input, so it just like makes the service of the tractor. So normally I use an external mixer where I connect the didgeridoo, the draw harp, the voice, anything I'm using.
Everything. Okay.
Uh, yeah, but the Ableton Live, it actually runs through Tractor at the same time. So at the same
Mm.
time I have Tractor open, I can have Ableton Live, and they both play at the same time.
Okay. That's so awesome.
Through Tractor, yeah, to the
That's
the same board
this is
through Z1.
Z1 and the other one. Yes. There I
It's just
saw
depends.
the this girl, techno girl from Palestine. There is one DJ set that is so fucking awesome, pure techno. He's playing with the three X1, Z1, and there is another one. There are three pieces of that make one DJ controller. The I don't remember. X1 that
Yeah, yeah,
is.
I know that one. I actually use that one as a controller of Ableton Live
Mm,
a lot of times. This other one, I didn't use it so much. It has some faders and
yeah.
some MIDI pads, small MIDI pads, and I use it more to Ableton Live. I don't
Okay,
use
okay.
it in Tractor so much,
It's
actually.
one is the mixer. Another one it's hot cues and shit. And the other one is for samples, for X, Y, and
Yeah,
all that shit.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
it's so cool that thing. Um,
No, yeah, it's awesome. If you want to play with Didge, that is really comfortable. It's really stable. Has a lot of effects, and it's really easy to make your set. You know, you can also record your set there. I can say like I bought mine like both together. They
uh-huh.
were around 180 euros or
100
something, or
year,
170
2 mil,
euros,
3 mil pesos.
or 140. I don't know. They were really like in between these. I don't
Yeah,
remember,
it was.
but I bought them separately.
It's cheap because over here in Tijuana, they are like I have seen X1 and C1. I have seen each one in 2,000 pesos. It's like $110, $110 kind of. It's a good price. I want to jump to Tractor. I want to jump to Tractor, but the bad thing is that I like right now my setup is run with my Android phone. Oh, cabrón, está. I run my controller with Wii DJ.
Mm. Okay,
I plug this to my DDJ Wigo 4, and this powers
the console.
the console, and I just plug a external battery powered power bank, and I can play 5 6 hours non-stop. But the bad thing on Tractor is there is no app unless I have a iOS, and I fucking hate iOS. I don't like iOS iPhones and shit. But hopefully in the future can be a good mobile Tractor DJ controller. Tiago,
Yeah, man.
muchas,
Thank you very
muchas,
much.
muchas, 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 muchas,
Muchas
muchas
gracias, querido.
gracias. In the future, if you ever come to Mexico, I will make you tacos de pescado de bacalao, cabrón. Y una pinche
Joder.
cerveza bien chingona acá. Perrón. Y si, and if you come to Tijuana, we can go make the carne asada in bacalao in the beach. And have fun over there in
Ese.
the fucking beach and play some sets and shit. Ooh,
qué,
ooh,
qué
ooh, wee.
chingón.
Well, dub, dub, ooh, wee. Thank you
Okay,
very much,
Jonathan Antonio Matias
Tiago.
Machine.
My
You
turn.
want? I'll leave you with the Didge tune, and I go.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. The last words for the didgeridoo community and the didgeridoo Latin American people. A little bit. A ver. Open the microphone. You have a mic on the didge. This microphone is mute. I think you open the other microphone. Ahí está.
You listen.
Ya.
We're really cold.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wrong one. Tiago Fransisquinho, Jonathan Antonio Martínez Machain de Didgeridoo Podcast. Woo, woo. Drop it low, drop it low, drop it low.